Okay, let's talk about AI. It's everywhere in the business world, right? But for all the hype, for all the money being spent, the results, well, they're often not there. Today, we're going to dig into the number one reason these big AI projects fail and how a really simple shift in thinking, what we're calling a human-centric approach, can finally unlock the incredible value everyone's been searching for. So let's start with this idea of the great AI disconnect. It's this super common and, let's be honest, really frustrating problem where all the spending on AI just doesn't seem to translate into real-world results. I mean, it's the elephant in the room. Companies are pouring millions, billions even, into artificial intelligence. They're dedicating so much time, so much talent. So why are so many of these huge, ambitious projects just falling flat? And hey, this isn't just a hunch. The data is crystal clear. Just look at this PwC survey from Japan. It found that while 56% of companies have jumped on the generative AI bandwagon, a tiny 13% are actually seeing the results they hoped for. That is a massive gap between adoption and success, and it tells us something is seriously wrong. And here's the kicker. For most companies, the problem isn't the technology at all. The real issue and the real solution lies in a major shift in mindset. So what is this mindset shift? Well, it really comes down to two totally different ways of thinking about AI. Do you see it as just another tool, or do you see it as a teammate? Let's break that down, because the difference is huge. The old school tech-first approach, it's all about cutting costs, driving efficiency. And you know what that does? It creates fear. Employees start worrying, is this thing going to take my job? But the human-centric approach, it completely flips the script. It starts by asking people, what do you need? How can we help you do your best work? The goal is to boost creativity and judgment, not replace it. Here's a super simple way to think about it. A tool, like a hammer, is a one-way street, right? You give it a command, it does a job. It's static. But a buddy, a teammate, that is a whole different ballgame. It's a dynamic, two-way relationship where you and the AI actually learn from each other. You share context, and you both get smarter over time. That's where the magic really happens. Okay, this whole buddy mindset sounds great in theory, but how do you actually put it into practice? Well, that's where the human-centric framework comes in. It's a clear, actionable plan to make this whole thing a reality. And the beauty of this is you don't have to boil the ocean. You start small and let the momentum build naturally. Step one is individual. You go to your people, find a specific real-world need, and you co-design a solution where a person and AI collaborates. Once you hit on something that really works, you move to step two, standardize it. Turn that awesome one-off success into a process anyone can use. And then finally, step three is scale. You share that proven process, that knowledge, that tooling across the entire organization. So that's the playbook. But does it actually work out in the wild? Oh, you better believe it. Let's look at a few companies that are getting absolutely incredible results by putting their people first. First up, let's talk about the entertainment giant Sega Sammy. Their goal was simple. Could AI help their creative designers, not by replacing them, but by working with them? The results were just, wow, 100-fold increase in character design variations. Think about that. The AI did all the heavy lifting, generating tons of options, which freed up the human designers to do what they do best, use their expert eyes and their professional judgment to find that one perfect, amazing concept. It was a true partnership. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's cool for a creative company, but this approach isn't just for artists. Take a massive utility company, Tokyo Electric Power, or TEPCO. They used this exact same mindset to tackle a totally different kind of problem, analyzing thousands upon thousands of employee surveys. And the impact was massive. A process that used to take 3 weeks, they cut down to just 2 days. This meant their leadership team was no longer drowning in data. They could actually focus on strategy, making faster, better decisions based on what their people were really saying. This next one from a company called Rent2Mac is so important because it highlights a crucial point. Technology is only half the battle. They figured out pretty quickly that their biggest roadblock to AI adoption wasn't the software. It was their company culture.
And their solution was brilliant. They created an AI Champions program. They basically empowered internal ambassadors to go out, share success stories, and create a safe space for people to experiment without fear of failure. And the impact? It's undeniable. Look at this chart. AI adoption skyrocketed from 31% to 89%. It is absolute proof that when you focus on the people first, the technology adoption will follow.
So, when you step back and look at all these success stories, from gaming to utilities to tech rentals, you start to realize something. This isn't just about installing some new software. It's something much, much deeper. You can see this clear pattern emerge, and it really boils down to three key things. First, be field-driven. That means starting with the actual real-world needs of your people on the ground. Second, foster a collaborative culture. Create that safe space to try things, to experiment, to learn. And third, support employee growth. Frame AI as a partner that's there to help people develop amazing new skills. And all of this brings us to the single most important takeaway here. Successful AI adoption is not about installing a tool. It is about upgrading your organization's entire operating system, a fundamental shift from a culture of fear and replacement to a culture of partnership and growth. And so that really leaves us with one final big question to think about. What operating system is your organization running?